want to welcome everybody to our episode of Liquor and Liquorature. And man, we got a good book this time from Brother Julian, man. We got a good book. So yes, absolutely. My journey with Dr. Sebi. Julian, man, give me a good old intro, man. What you got on it?
This book here is by Mr. G. Alberto Guerrero Jr., known as The Bridge for Dr. Sebi. It's called My Journey with Dr. Sebi. This book here, first of all, before I begin with the book, I did have an opportunity to meet Dr. Sebi back in 98. He came down to the Shake Me, and he was telling his herbs. He did drop down to his knees, jump down, like he mentioned in the book. First time trying the sea moss, and he had the bladderwrack powder, the cell food, so it was an eye opener to me. That was during my first time doing my transition into health, my paradigm shift, along with Mr. Sunshine. But yeah, man, this book here is a lot of rumors, myths about Dr. Sebi. He's known throughout the world. And lately, he's been known brought up by Nick Cannon and the late Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm.
But the book written by Mr. G, it's interesting that he's told his background that he was just like us, looking on the videos of YouTube, and he wanted answers to help his sister, to heal from her illness.
Yep.
So he went to, made a connection to see Dr. Sebi, not realizing that he had been up before, but this time he was on a mission. And the interesting thing about it, he mentions in the book, is that Dr. Sebi said that he'd been waiting on him. That's something powerful to hear. You watching someone on the YouTube, and this person saying they've been waiting on you.
For 15 years.
Right. So that's what makes this book more special, because it's not written by just anybody.
Right.
And then when he was there, he was able to capture the moments behind the scenes, the intimate moments, the personal moments of Dr. Sebi, and that's what makes separate this book from other books. Mr. G did a real good job in this book here. That's my introduction to it. It chronicles the lectures.
Did we miss G?
I think he dropped out for a second. I'm sure. Just let him back in when we can keep going.
Yeah, it chronicles the lectures, the behind the scenes, the reuniting with family members, the fallouts, his journey, Dr. Sebi's journey while he was doing a long period of fasting. The book's very funny. It's some good information, and I enjoyed it. So that's my introduction to the book, My Journey with Dr. Sebi by Mr. G.
All right. Well, shoot, I guess we can get into it. I mean, the most basic question is, what do you think about the book? I already know what you think already, Julian. We'll start at Dave, and then we'll hit up Anthony.
I really like the book. It took away all of my kind of preconceived notions about all of those concepts, like the way, and I'm glad that Julian introduced the book, because he can introduce it the best, and all of that stuff is really like fully the integrity of the book, and I appreciated that, because it was just like this. What Mr. Guerrero wrote, it wasn't like a highly stylized, flowery. He really just told facts and the truth, and he wanted to present that, because you can get the intent that this truth is powerful and impactful in itself. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be augmented with any kind of extra special stuff. He wanted us to kind of appreciate Dr. Sebi like he did. They developed a friendship quickly. You clearly see that it was kind of this destiny, or whatever you believe in, or how you believe it. Julian kind of alluded to it and kind of touched on it, but it was deeper and more intricate than that. That this kind of destined kind of relationship and the way the book came together. So I appreciated it on that levels, and I covered that part since Julian, covered so well what the book is, and
Right.
and I know we're gonna get into it further, but that's the first thing, impression that I got from it. How it kind of, I did read it objectively, because I had my preconceived notions about these concepts and the health and that stuff, but man, the way it was written, helped me kind of just remove all of that. So I appreciate it on that level as well.
Mhm.
And what you got, bro?
I believe that it's an excellent read, bro. It met every expectation that I had before reading it, and then some. Because I was expecting to find out, some of the whys, why nots, and don'ts, and the do's. As far as Dr. Sebi beliefs and why not to take something or why to take something. So it went into that, plus with a hint of comedy. It was times within that page that made me laugh, and I'm sitting up there reading like, what? He
Yeah.
said that. So when his daughter said that, hey, don't really take him serious. He's a crazy, he's a joker. Yeah, he really was. So it's like it's entertaining, it's informative. It's an excellent read.
D, what you think, bro?
Um,
My bad, D. We talking about what we thought about the book.
yeah. No, when I got the book, had the book sent, and I opened up, ordered through Amazon. It looked like, it reminded me. I was thinking it's gonna be something like from National Geographic, because of the cover, you thought it was gonna be the way they explaining, like, the way the lions hunt their prey, and they're just kind of talking about, the Sahara Desert or something. But like Anthony was saying, it was very entertaining, and just throughout the travel, it made me also think about some things that I'm doing, or what am I putting into my body, or what am I not putting in my body. So it's a wake up.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, when I read it, it was like almost like two books in one, because at the beginning it's just talking about like him, his relationship with him, all the thing, and then at the end, then he started to speak, and that was the part I was looking forward to, because I want to do, some better things with my health, and kind of, I got kids now. I want to watch and see what they're putting in their body, what I'm putting in my body, so I'm trying to live this clean life, loosely clean life, but I enjoyed it, man. I thought it was funny. I thought it was real. Like, if any one of us do a book, it'll probably sound like that. Like, it's not polished, and that's the part that I liked about it. It's not polished at all, because sometimes a sentence will repeat itself, but he was just telling his account. So
Right.
I appreciated that. I really did. I just thought it was like a dude that was with him, and I'm gonna tell my story. The end.
Right.
Yeah.
I found it interesting, Pat. I want to appreciate you for sharing the audio, because
Yeah, the audio is funny. Even funny
That
there.
made it even, yeah.
because
Okay, and share the audio a little bit quicker next time.
Well, it was kind of perfect timing for me, because I was already toward the end. But what better way to read the end of the book by listening to his voice?
Yes.
I was like, man, that was so perfect.
Yes.
And then KT the Archery was the one doing the narrating. He spoke about him, the three brothers.
Mm-hmm.
That was KT the Archery, the smart one.
So the smart. But do you know them? Like how are you in all this? How did you intertwine with everything?
Well, like I said, I met Dr. Sebi a long time, but the conscious community up in New York, with Sinetta, he was doing the debates, with the different religious. Everybody was talking about, Christian versus Muslim, Hebrew Israelite versus,
There was a verses before verses?
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it was some real deal. This was like people who
Which is not really verses.
Yeah, people who into the knowledge. And the two brothers, the red pill and blue pill, they was one of the top people on the scene. They interconnected with all the different areas of the different things. They were the Moors, but they had a relationship with Dr. Sebi. His their mother was once with Dr. Sebi, and as the book mentions, she was right there, in the court with him. But KT the Osprey is the younger brother. I first heard about him when he was breaking down the Marvel comic movies. He breaks down the movies real good, but then he started breaking down the cellular body and herbs, and it was like, man, this is our version of Dr. Sebi. And I actually bought, some products from him. I participated in 2 fasts. We got the WhatsApp fast with him and Brother Rich. So yeah, KT the Osprey is that boy. He is bad. What Mr. G was saying, what Dr. Sebi meant.
Yeah.
Y'all need to look up KT the Osprey.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Pat, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Like, cause you asked Julian that, okay, it's been times in the book club that like the people that would see this, and they, of course they wouldn't know, but when we would come over and kind of before COVID, we would like a part of it, we would like share some food, right? Mm-hmm. We would like cook, and then the drink would be there. We would discuss the book and everything. Julian would always vex me because he didn't, eat the meat. He was already doing this stuff that's in the book with Dr. Sebi, right? And it was like, I would be like, damn. I mean, I made some salmon one time.
You mute, Dave. You mute.
We lost audio on.
There you go, Dave.
And Julian, look, and I need to say this in front of everybody. Like when he would do that and like bring his own the food because he was living that kind of thing. I was like, man, this dude has good resolve and a discipline to do that. And I always was kind of like now envious in a good way of how you could do that. And like I cannot tell you so many times I've thought to like let me send Julian a text or email and ask him about this, because it seems like you've always appreciated it, and it has like this meaning. And I didn't know, we didn't know that you had this kind of like connection with Dr. Sebi. I know, at least I didn't. And so like when I hear that, Julian, it's like I like doubly appreciate all the other stuff and the stuff that I saw you doing, and because that's what you chose to do, and I appreciate the discipline of it, the resolve, the how meaningful it is to you, and you didn't even mention any of this, and that kind of like really exemplifies the kind of integrity of this book. What you would do, Julian, you had this lifestyle and this healthy thing that you were doing, but you didn't push it on anybody. You didn't try to denigrate somebody or down talking, because I mean heavy beef up in here. I mean, I'm oxtail down. I'm all look, I'm full alkaline. You need all the acid. But you didn't. You never kind of like down talked anything, even though it was like clean and healthy. And I'm admit right now, it's been a number of times. I can't think of how many. Man, I need to hit Julian and just ask him what's up with this. Yeah. But I never did.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I receive that. Man. Yeah, man. I'm always willing to answer any questions for you. And I learned a long time ago, when a person is ready, they'll come and ask, and then they'll receive the information better. Mm-hmm. Versus me trying to.
I don't need you no more, bro. I got the book.
Yeah. You got the book now.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. I'm gonna hit you up, Julian. I'm playing. I'm gonna hit you up.
I sincerely appreciate that. Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Speaking of the food, man, what y'all got to drink?
I guess we talked about that already, man.
We did not, sir.
We did.
We went over it during the recording.
Okay. Crown Royal, you guys drinking that tonight? That's the last bit of Crown Royal I have.
I have Pink Whitney.
What?
Yeah.
And I said what I said, man. Can you just move on?
You can't just slide that in there and pick nobody.
We got the clear track. What is that?
You know, it's not quite alkaline, but you know, I like my ginger beer, and
Yeah, see, we talking about ginger beer, Pat.
I like ginger beer.
So I got the Bacardi with some ginger beer, but then I'm gonna put some herbs in there with the Mount Teeman roots. So I got that all mixed up together. You know,
okay.
So you're gonna electrolyte your liquor?
Yeah.
Put a little
Drinking
sarsaparilla in there. Yeah.
What you got?
Drinking margarita mix when everything, you know, I always go back. When I was in Huntsville, I turned 21. I wasn't a real drinker, you know. I was just before I got to the dark.
The days of the
I was
40.
drinking, you know, like mojitos, pina coladas, and margaritas. So today, you know, I'm drinking a margarita, but even more so, I got my Aspen Rugger Fest. You know, I love travel and experiencing other culture. This is where I go here every year in September. We can't go this year because rugby is canceled. So, but Aspen Rugger Fest, I'll miss y'all. You know, so
What's up?
Rugger Fest.
All right, drink up, fellas. All right. What you guys thought about the relationship with Dr. Sebi and Mr. G?
You know, that was the thing before I read it that I was most skeptical about. You know, I you know, and I need to get out of that cynical thing. But you know,
about it?
look, I looked at him as a you know, like this opportunity trying to profit off of Dr. Sebi, and just kind of like I did, I admit, but it, you know, that, and that's why I'm admitting it, because it was kind of like completely the opposite of that. You know, and their relationship is like the key thing, like they really appreciated each other on a different kind of level than, you know, like what like how Julian rather you know, talked about how this relationship was just destined, and
That's
it
what I
was
was about to say. Yeah.
like predetermined, and it's like this irrefutable, like crazy, you know, Twilight Zone kind of relationship that's so, you know, layered is unbelievable. You know, when his grandmother envisioned him or prophesied him speaking to Mr. G, he was a kid, a little boy.
Yeah.
You know, he was, you know, not even, you know, he like second grade, you know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, the relationship they had, you know, the bridge, you know, the how they just kind of like trusted each other. It was that was like the beautiful thing that lets you know there's a whole lot of truth in it. You know, the relationship and how they expressed that was probably like the tool that they used to make it so valid and impactful and credible, you know, with the stuff that they say. This is real, because that relationship was too.
Yeah. From just reading the book, you can naturally and easily assume that it is that he did well. That it could be an opportunist moment from him, you know, because it says my journey with Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
And it's like Julian could have wrote a book with my journey with Dr. Sebi because he, you know, was involved with it too. But once you get into it, you realize, oh, it's more than just he had a personal relationship with it.
He did.
Not only that, he was well accepted and respected.
Yeah, he had actual journey.
Yeah.
Not experience.
He didn't walk with him through.
Look, when you smoke weed with somebody, you
man.
Did he become? Was he a vegetarian as well? Did he go full in? Do you know?
Now, from what I know is that he didn't consider himself a vegetarian or a vegan. So he just wanted to be an alkaline. He has electric food in it. And like also he mentioned in the book, before I read the book, I often heard about him would eat fish every now and then. And then in the book, when he spoke about Lisa Left Eye, when she came to him, you know, it was about the Gouda cheese.
Yeah.
But you know, so he never considered put himself in that title as vegetarian, vegan. He was just all about electric food, African biomineral. You know, the thing was just do away with the starch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he talked about that a lot.
Yeah, anything that wasn't naturally grown.
Right.
Yeah, he did. You know, the relationship was interesting to me because it started off as Dr. Sebi was the mentor, and then he was looking out for him for real. Because there was times when Dr. Sebi wanted to eat bad, he was like, "Yo, put it down. We not go do it." You know what I mean? So he started to be kind of his protector and making sure that he stayed on the road.
How about that pizza moment?
That pizza moment.
Exactly.
That was
when he was fasting.
You know, yeah. So
man,
so
that
I
was
thought
my
that
best
was
moment
cool
in the
though.
book. Huh?
I said I thought that was cool that he was looking out for his best interest and like, man, you got to stay on task, you know. So for him to do that, I really knew that relationship was genuine because he had nothing to gain by making sure that he was straight, you know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it was a part two, I think, after the first lecture when Dr. Sebi asked Mr. G, how was my speech? How was my speech? And when Mr. G responded, like, I kind of heard those on your YouTube already.
Yeah.
And that automatically struck me because every time I would listen to Dr. Sebi, he was, speak about the same stuff, kind of over and over. But I put it in mind that he was going to different spots, different people hearing the same message. But Dr. Sebi received that as like, hey, I appreciate that. You keeping it, real with me, you letting me know. Yeah, you speaking about the same thing. I heard that before,
Right.
And Dr. Sebi was like, I had a whole speech in my head, but I just went blank and he went back to the old ways. But Mr. G let him know, like, hey man, we heard that before.
Yeah.
I like how Dr. Sebi received or accepted some of his suggestions. Like he was like, people listen to you more when you writing it down on the chalkboard or the whiteboard, I should say. And he started implementing that in his speeches. I was like, oh, okay, all right. They do have a personal relationship more than just, business wise.
Yeah. So I wanted to get into how y'all feel about his, Dr. Sebi's philosophies, like with the fasting and the CMOS and this, everything like that, right? But we're gonna touch on one other thing. We're gonna touch on one other thing before that. Let's talk about this West Coast office, dog.
Go ahead.
I don't understand. Julian, maybe you can, because I'm like, what in the what? What? They got shit right over this joint. Like, what's going on? I don't know what the hell is this West Coast office. Like, they just popped in and like just started like bullying everybody.
Yeah, disconnect communication with them and everything.
Dude.
Yeah.
Please give me some background.
I mean, from what I can remember and tell, basically, Dr. Sebi, he was a free spirit, saying he would do things for people without charging. But the West Coast office, they're trying to capitalize on everything.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And, that was, Dr. Sebi was their business. So they looked at it, I guess, from a corporate point of view. But I know it was a lot of, bad stuff going on between the West Coast office and what they was doing in Honduras and the clients. And I remember when Dr. Sebi had passed, people was showing products that they had bought from the West Coast office and they were breaking out from them. And, the people in the conscious community were saying that those herbs were compromised, that company was compromised. So I can't really give you exactly what's going on, but it's always been kind of just thing. Dr. Sebi, he just in it to heal people, but the West Coast office, they try to capitalize on everything.
So we got like 8 minutes left, man, because Zoom only allows us to do 1 minute. We've been.
Don't worry, just go. Don't even say that.
Zoom must have heard me in the prior meeting. That's what.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, all of us, yeah.
Yeah. So real fast, man. His philosophies. So the CMOS thing, I really want to try. I talked to my wife about it.
Yeah.
About an hour ago. She was like, "I heard it's horrible. Like it tastes horrible."
I ain't worried about that.
Yeah. Julie, what's your
I just have. I've been doing it for a while.
The CMOS.
Yeah. I've been doing it for a while. I've been making it for a while. I helped my cousin do some the other day. There's right now it's a flood of sea moss. There's different species. But the sea moss that Dr. Sebi is talking about is the Conjus crispus. That's the Irish moss, the one that grows on rocks. But right now the sea moss that's going out is the Gracillara. Those are ones that's kind of like on ropes and farmed in the Caribbean and stuff. The thing is that when I was doing my I think it was like 45, 47 day fast, I only had access to the Gracillara because it speaks about the 92 minerals in the sea moss. But yeah, the one that Dr. Sebi speaks on, the Conjus cripples, is the one that builds you up, gives you more power in your body. But the one that you see in a lot today is the one that helps detox. But sea moss, when you go to the beach, I know y'all been vacationing on the resorts, and you go to the beach and see all the seaweed in the water. That's the type of sea moss. I remember I was in Cancun and I was in the water and I felt real good. I was surrounded by all this sea moss. People like, why are you in the water? This is sea moss around, But yeah, man, you mix it like a gel. You put in your tea, put in your smoothie. Some people do it straight as if you mix it with a flavor or something. But it's a good thing to put in your body. It adds multiple minerals in your body. So yeah, I'll be happy to share more with y'all.
Yes, absolutely. Please.
Okay, look, Julian. Okay, like this is like natural for us, not natural for us. So that was too advanced for me at least. Like the Monte Cristo moss. That's like compare that to like let's do fast foods and restaurants. The Monte Cristo moss is like what?
That's the Conjus crispus. That's like I say, that's the one that's that's the only way I can explain it.
How do you make it taste good?
Yeah, or something, man. Give us something normal.
Without destroying the actual ingredients in it, how do you make it taste good?
Thank you.
So what I did with my cousin, we washed it, we blended it, and we added the elderberry to it, along with some limes into it. So when we taste it, I just take a spoon and taste it. It's a lime citrus taste to it. But sea moss by itself, it's not tasty. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's best to put it in a tea or in a smoothie. But to make it tasty, just when you're soaking it, cleaning it, or mixing it, put some limes in there, or elderberry, or some type of alkaline fruit.
Shoot us a little. What me? I don't know about everybody else. I know I want
everybody. Put it on the email. Shoot
but
everybody.
like get real with it. Like how much, where, how to do it. What is give us some real stuff. I don't know nothing about this.
Outside of Julian, who gonna do a fast after reading this book? Who's gonna do a fast?
Okay,
like what type of fast?
Okay, don't front me. I'll do it. You challenge me right now.
It's ironic that you asked that, D, because I actually was at work, and today I officially started it. I'm eating only fruit for 1 week. And I'm gonna try 2, but I'm gonna take
only fruit.
I'm with you too.
Only fruit for 1 week.
Okay, I'm gonna do it too.
Mango, watermelon, and cantaloupe today for lunch, and I'm eating it tonight.
Yes, sir.
You started today.
I started today.
Well, I'll start Monday.
With the Hennessy. Cantaloupe and Hennessy go together?
Hey, this don't count, man. This I gotta respect the book club.
Y'all see this right here? I'm gonna tear this up.
Next would be like, I gotta respect Chick-fil-A. I gotta respect.
I got it. You got it. Okay. We didn't say nothing about it. What's wrong with that? I didn't hear Julie say nothing about Chick-fil-A.
No, he said he fasting just fruit, but as soon as he passed Chick-fil-A, as soon as I passed Chick-fil-A.
I want to also bring up too. I mentioned the book where he mentioned seed versus seedless. Since we talk about fruit,
I do remember that. Yeah.
All right. So keep in mind that all fruit has seeds. All fruit has seeds. But if you've come across a fruit like a seedless grape, seedless watermelon, seedless.
It's not real.
Hey.
It doesn't have the properties that they talked about, even virility and reproduction and everything. Right. This is seeded. This has seeds in it.
All right, there we go.
Has seeds in it. Yeah.
Good point.
Mm.
All right.
I just bought some seedless watermelon.
You bought seedless, man.
I mean, it before I read the book though, but
We got 2 minutes.
You don't want to have no more children.
I don't. You're right about that.
Keep that seedless watermelon.
Every one of them, all of them, eat all of them, man. So we got 2 minutes, man. Would you recommend the book to anyone? And what did you get from the book? D, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, please.
I definitely recommend the book. Is if you want to make some changes, or if you want to be enlightened on some things that we actually didn't know about, because we are all raised a certain way, and then our parents, or those that raised us, gave us the information that they knew. We have responsibility to learn more and pass that along. So I definitely recommend it.
Okay.
You go, Pat. Go, Pat.
I definitely recommend the book, man. And I think if you read it, and especially if you're going into a time where you really want to detox and eat clean, this is the perfect book for you to get started and understand the reasons why and what's behind everything. And
hey,
I most definitely would recommend the book. It's an excellent read, not just a good read, an excellent read. Very informative and funny at the same time.
It is that. Hey, look, I definitely recommend this book, and I recommend it for every man that's over 30 to read it, because every man at 30 that reads it should share that with another young person, a boy, your son, your nephew, or anybody, because this is like valuable, real information that's life-changing. Even if you don't take it to the degree that even Julian does, or anybody, it's valuable stuff in all of this, and it's worthwhile to look at and talk to with people that you know and love, and let them make the decision. This is information and facts.
Julian, what you got? Close us out, Julian.
Yeah, I most definitely will recommend this book. Like I say, the thing about me was trying to get the signal clear from the Most High, since our body is our temple. When Dr. Sebi spoke he speaks in the back of the book, saying about the cosmology and nature, So the body is electric. So anyone who's reading this book would definitely, not necessarily go full-fledged vegan or whatever, but at least make the necessary steps to get the signal clear that, the Most High can come in your body and be a healthy body.
Anthony, man, what you got for the quote of the day?
Quote of the day. Change will not come if you wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we see. Barack Obama.
I'll let you, boy. That's good. Hey, man, we want to thank everybody for joining us, man. We really, really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think, man. All right. Thank y'all.